Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. If it's Wednesday, then I am right here. And just in case this is your first time meeting me, I am Dr. Twanna Carter, and as a career coach, I empower stress busy women executives who are tackling imposter syndrome, self criticism, and doubt. And I help them to alleviate their stress so that they can find peace of mind and focus on excelling in their career. So if you are joining me tonight and you've seen the trailers, you know that I am talking about the invisibility, we said this last week, right? Of Black women and how and strategies to succeed. So last week, right? If you have been following me, then you know that for the month of June, I'm actually doing a series. And for the month of June, the series is titled The Invisibility of Black Women. Um, how to get past that, right? It's an entire month of series that I thought was very important. So for the whole month of June, I'm discussing the invisibility of Black women in the workplace and how Black women can often feel alone at the top. Not talked much about. There are some articles out there about it, but it's an important topic. And tonight, I'm talking about strategies to succeed because last week I spoke about the invisibility, say that word enough times, of Black women. Is it real and how does it affect you? So I'll link you to that video and I'll put it in the description below so that and you don't have to watch any of these in any particular order. But if you're like me, I like to watch stuff from the beginning to the end. So this is video number 2. You can watch video. The first one was last week, and we're going to keep going. Right. So I do encourage questions, comments. Be sure you put them out there, and I'm going to move my comments over so that while I'm talking and they pop up, you can still see them. So, if you're just joining me, I am talking about the invisibility of Black women strategies to succeed, right? And so I'm so excited that you're here as we delve into this really important topic that affects so many professional Black women. It's an invisibility that we often face in the workplace. So, again, we talked about the start of the series last week. You can certainly catch up on that one after you watch this one. And so today I'm really talking about the strategies to overcome this challenge and how you can succeed in your career. So if you've ever felt unseen, in your career, at your job, maybe not in your section, but maybe the larger organization overall, and it could be even in your section. If you've ever felt unseen or struggle to gain recognition for your achievements at work, then certainly this video is for you. So let's go ahead and get started, right? And so I'm going to test the face tonight because I have this word in here a couple of times. The invisibility of Black women in the professional world. So, as professional Black women, we know that our talents and our expertise and our accomplishments are often overlooked or even unvalued, right? The invisibility that we face is a pervasive issue that can hamper our career growth if you let it, right? And also it just perpetuates this systemic inequality that exists in the workplace, right? So the good news is that you can change this narrative by implementing effective strategies. And so that's what we're doing tonight. I have 6 strategies, some key strategies, some key approaches that I want to tell you about tonight to combat that invisibility and really for you to succeed in your professional life, right? And so, number 1 is build and leverage networks. Now, I know that when my ladies come to me, this is often something I coach throughout the whole time they're with me. Because oftentimes some of us don't like to network. And when we hear network, we think about go to a big event, stand in line behind a bunch of people, take a card, give a card, chat, 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 move on. That's one way to do it, right? But it's a way to build, certainly. It is a way to build your network, but you also need to leverage that network. And, this is one of the most powerful ways to overcome invisibility is by actively building that network and then learning how to leverage that network rather than sitting there and hoping someone sees you. Really, you're going out and you're seeking sponsors. You're seeking a sponsor who can amplify your voice and advocate for your advancement. Things like participating in professional organizations, industry events can really provide valuable networking opportunities. And by expanding your reach and increasing your visibility, you can break through the barriers that hold you back. Okay. So, number two, okay, self promotion. And I'm just going to say this. I know that some folks out there will disagree with me on this, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's time to let go of the outdated notion that hard work alone will guarantee you recognition and promotion. It's time to let it go. Here's the thing, if that were true, there wouldn't be so many incompetent folks or folks not as knowledgeable as you getting promoted ahead of you. If hard work alone was enough, these people would never get promoted ahead of you, or will rarely get promoted ahead of you, right? As Black women, we must confidently learn to promote ourselves. You must promote your own achievements. Now, I know this is tough for some people, right? That's why I'm a coach, because I know what this feels like. I have social anxiety and I'm an introvert. So I'm not the person who's going to be running around trumpeting, blowing my own horn, toot, toot, beep, beep. But guess what? You have to learn how to do that. There's a way to do it so that it feels authentic and it feels right. It's the right fit for you, right? And that's the one thing that I had to learn in my journey. And that's what I help my ladies do, because networking isn't the same. Some folks love going to the room full of 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 6,000 people. They love that energy, they eat it up. But there are those of us who are like, way too much energy. I'm not going to be caught near that. So there's a way to do networking so that it's right for you. Okay. It really is. Things like speaking engagements, for instance, giving classes at seminars or conferences, publishing articles, utilizing social media platform for something else besides scrolling, right? I'm just saying. And volunteering for high visibility projects are powerful tools for increasing your visibility. By strategically showcasing your expertise and your contributions, you can combat invisibility and gain the recognition you deserve. I've actually had people research me, hunt me down, and find me, jump on the internet and find me because I spoke at an event and they really resonated with what I said. And again, it really makes you stand out, because they told me or I've gone into meetings, gone to different places, and people will say, "I remember you. You spoke at this event. You said this, this, this. I remember that." That's the kind of recognition that you want. And so it isn't just about, look at me, I'm the best, I'm the this, I'm the that. It is about doing one of or all of these activities to promote visibility so people can see you and understand you're establishing yourself as an expert, right? An influencer in your field. So, number three, seek out mentors and allies. So important. Having mentors and allies who understand and empathize with the challenges you face, that are faced by Black women can be immensely invaluable. Look for mentors who have successfully navigated a similar path or something very close to what you've done, right? Seek their guidance and their support. I love a 15-minute informational interview, because that's where you can sit down and really talk to people, draw this information out. So it's not like you got to spend an hour with someone, talking to them. That 15-20 minute information interview will do the trick. It'll help you build your network, which is something that I talk to the ladies that I coach. This is a way to build your network. These 15-minute information interviews, a wonderful way to build your network and seek out guidance and support. Right? Allies can play a really crucial role in advocating for your advancement and amplifying your voice. Right? There's Joan C. Smith, who talks about what works for women at work. And one of the things that she said is have a group of folks as allies with you. So when you're sitting at a meeting and you say something and it's just like gloss right over, have your ally go, hey, Twanna said that just a few minutes ago. I'm glad you agree with her. Having allies just is so important to have. And that way, for those of us who don't like to self promote, because it just feels like, I can help you get over that, right? But you can have other people help you self promote. That's what influencers do. When an influencer invites someone on their show, that's what they're doing, right? When people out in Hollywood have parties, they want a Kim Kardashian. They want a Kanye West. They want a Taylor Swift at their party. Why? They're boosting their visibility by having someone else come to their party. So you can pretty much do the same thing by having allies in the workplace, right? Together, you really can break down the barriers and create opportunities for success. Okay? So that was number three. Number four, emphasize professional development. But let me say this up front, and we all know this, right? Black women are the most educated populace in the United States. Hands down, we are. The research says that, and it's great. But if you are letting the fact that, well, I haven't done that very often, or I'm not sure I know how to do that, so let me hang back a little bit until I get that expertise. This is why I put this in there. Emphasize professional development. If you don't know it, learn it. Find someone else who knows how to do it. Ask your subordinate to teach you how to do it, or just do professional development and learn how to do it. Investing in continuous learning and skill building is really essential for enhancing your professional confidence, right? And combating imposter syndrome that may be holding us back as well. Because this is what happened when we talk about the invisibility of Black women in the workplace. One of the effects, and I discussed this last week, is the imposter syndrome. It rears its head up. And, we talk about imposter syndrome. It's not always from within us stuff is happening, but oftentimes it is the environment around us. If people are overlooking you, counting you out because you're a Black woman, it really can push up imposter syndrome, which works in to hold you back. Okay, so whether you're pursuing degrees, or if you got degrees, certifications, or just attending relevant workshops or conferences to bolster your credentials, here's another little thing I want to say. Don't tell anybody I told you this, but always be networking when you're at these conferences and these trainings. It's a twofer. I kid you not. I went to a conference because I needed to break the mold when I was working for someone else. I need to break that mold because I was a worker bee, work, and I was breaking that mold, being sure that I was out and networking. The folks that I met at that conference ended up helping me get hired for a job about 6 months later. Just like that. You just never know. Always, this is something that I coach my women to do. Always be networking. You figure out the timing of it, whether you want to reach everybody in your network every month. If that's your thing, you do that. Whether you want to reach out every 2 months or every 3 months or every 4 months, just systematically have a timing period where you're always networking, right? It opens doors and really expands your opportunities. So, number five, advocate for inclusivity, not just for you, but for all Black women and anybody else that's being invisible in that workplace. We really should actively participate in diversity and inclusion initiatives within our organizations and within the industry at large, right? By advocating for inclusive work policies and practices, we really can help create these environments that value and uplift everybody. It values the contributions of all individuals, right? And this in turn leads to a greater visibility and opportunities for career advancement. So really it's about being a catalyst for change. Okay. And finally, number 6, hire a culturally sensitive coach, right? Very important. Someone who understands the journey. I can't tell you how many clients I've had in that, we were coaching and we touch on this invisibility, being a minority in the workplace, and talking about how it feels constraining, or you worry about how people feel. You can't tell you how many ladies have just gotten tears in their eyes because for the first time in 15 years, the first time in 10 years, they've spoken about this. They felt it. It's been this pressure in the room with them, but they felt too constrained or embarrassed even to talk about it. So a culturally sensitive coach is someone that you need in your corner, right? Successful managers and executives have long recognized the benefits of having a coach in their corner. With the coach, you really can gain the clarity and confidence that's necessary to make those decisive choices and navigate the complexities of your life and your career, right? A coach can be your ally on this journey to help you succeed beyond invisibility. So, if you're struggling with invisibility in the workplace or you're seeking to elevate your career, take action right now. I'm offering you the tools, the guidance, and the community to really navigate this journey towards professional visibility, right? And success. So, don't be confined to sitting on the sidelines like, can you notice me over here? You don't have to do that. Your voice and your talents deserve to be heard and recognized. So go ahead and sign up for a career solution call with me today. It's a 30-minute call, where I'm helping to empower Black professional women just like you. Let's redefine that narrative together, paving a way for a more inclusive and equal, prosperous future. Because as I mentioned last week, this invisibility of Black women, it can hinder careers, and Black women lose out on hundreds of thousands of dollars of wealth because of money you could be getting in promotions. That's not sitting in your bank because you're being held back because you're invisible, right? And so I'll put the link below in the description so you can go ahead and sign up right now. Now, thank you all for joining me today. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. Your voice matters. You do not want to miss next week's live. So, again, for the entire month of June, we're discussing the invisibility of Black women in the workplace and how Black women can't feel alone at the top or as they're journeying and climbing that ladder to the top. Next week, I got a good one for you: boss versus advocate. How do Black women succeed when their bosses ignore them? That's right. So let's talk about it. Set your timer, set your clocks. If you're on YouTube, hit that timer and subscribe so you don't ever miss an alert when I'm going live. But that's what I'll be talking about next week, right? And you can actually check out the entire upcoming series of videos that I have for the whole entire month of June. I'm going to put that down there. There we go. So I'll put it in the comments, but you can click that link. It'll take you to the press release and you can see each of the weeks and what I'll be doing. All right. Thank you for joining me to the end, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.